The divine urgency behind the 11:11 p.m. spiritual calling and its connection to October 8's cosmic shift begins as an unseen current, a vibration that runs beneath the surface of everyday life, touching the souls of those who are sensitive enough to feel it. On October 8, the energetic frequency of the universe rises sharply, creating a portal of awareness and heightened perception that amplifies the intuitive voice within you. The 11:11 p.m. calling is not a random moment on a clock but a synchronistic signal designed to wake you from the sleep of routine and nudge you toward your divine path. When you keep seeing or sensing 11:11 around this time, especially on days like October 8 when the veil between realms thins, it is a direct communication from your higher self and from the source energy that created you, a whisper that reminds you that you are aligned with a greater plan. This urgency is divine because it is time-sensitive, the window of opportunity is brief and potent, urging you to prepare, to center yourself, and to open your heart to guidance that only comes in moments of heightened frequency. At the heart of this experience lies the recognition that you are not simply living out a random series of events but moving within a carefully orchestrated pattern of synchronicity and destiny. October 8 carries the vibration of transition and revelation, a date marked for shifts in consciousness and sudden awakenings that clear away illusions. The divine urgency on this day is amplified by the energy of 11:11, which has long been recognized as a sign of alignment, activation, and awakening. When the clock strikes 11:11 p.m. on this specific night, the spiritual frequency surrounding you is at its peak, like a tuning fork vibrating at a perfect pitch to call your soul back into harmony. This is why you may feel restless, emotional, or deeply reflective on October 8. Your soul is being prepared for a download of wisdom, a release of old patterns, or the initiation of new beginnings. The urgency you feel is the universe's way of ensuring you do not miss the opportunity to step through this metaphysical doorway. The connection between October 8 and the 11:11 calling is rooted in numerology and cosmic cycles. The number 8 itself symbolizes infinity, balance, and karmic cycles, representing the flow of energy between the material and spiritual realms. On this date, the number 8 magnifies your ability to manifest, heal, and realign with your true path, and when paired with the 11:11 signal, the energy becomes doubly powerful. 11 is considered a master number in numerology, carrying the vibrations of intuition, enlightenment, and higher awareness. Seeing it repeated especially at a precise time is an invitation from the divine to wake up and claim your spiritual inheritance. At 11:11 p.m. on October 8, these energies converge, creating a cosmic alignment that can open your mind and heart to insights, dreams, and guidance that will shape the coming weeks and months of your life. This is why the calling feels so urgent. It is not merely a reminder but a summoning, a sacred appointment arranged by your soul and the universe itself. Those who are attuned to these energies often report feeling subtle shifts in their environment leading up to this time. You might notice heightened intuition, vivid dreams, or synchronicities that seem too perfect to dismiss. Birds or animals may behave differently around you, repeating numbers may appear everywhere you look, or you may feel a deep pull to meditate, pray, or write down your thoughts. These are all signals that you are in the flow of the divine urgency. October 8 acts as a catalyst, igniting these experiences so you can step into a deeper awareness of your purpose. The closer you get to 11:11 p.m., the more intense these sensations may become, like the tightening of a string before it produces a perfect note. The universe is urging you to prepare your inner space, to quiet the noise of the external world, and to open yourself to receive the insights that are waiting for you. This experience is not limited to a single moment but ripples through your entire being. The urgency you feel is a call to align your mind, body, and spirit with the higher vibration that becomes available at this time. It is an invitation to clear away the clutter of doubt, fear, and distraction so you can hear the soft but powerful voice of your soul. On October 8, especially at 11:11 p.m., the boundaries between your conscious mind and your higher self become thinner, allowing revelations, inspirations, and visions to come through more clearly. You may find yourself suddenly understanding a long-standing problem, feeling drawn toward a new path, or experiencing a surge of peace and clarity about a decision you have been hesitant to make. This is the work of divine timing, orchestrated to unfold at the precise moment when you are most ready to receive it. Understanding the depth of this urgency requires seeing yourself as more than a passive participant in life. The 1111 calling is a mirror reflecting your readiness to step into your power, to claim your role as a co-creator with the universe. October 8th amplifies this message by creating a unique energetic environment where your thoughts, emotions, and intentions carry extra weight. What you focus on at this time becomes seeded in the fertile ground of the spiritual realm, growing into experiences and manifestations in the physical world. This is why mindfulness, gratitude, and intentionality are so crucial around 11:11 p.m. on this date. Every thought and feeling is like a prayer or a declaration sent directly into the universe's creative field. The urgency is divine because it is the universe reminding you to be conscious, deliberate, and receptive as this window opens. Many spiritual traditions recognize the power of sacred times and portals, moments when the veil between worlds grows thin and communication with the divine becomes more accessible. The 11:11 p.m. signal on October 8 functions as one of these portals, an opening through which higher guidance, angelic support, or ancestral wisdom can flow. Whether you experience it as a whisper in your intuition, a vision in meditation, or a sudden moment of knowing, the message is tailored to you and your path. This is not a generalized energy but a deeply personal one, calling you to remember who you are and why you are here. You may find that on this night your prayers feel stronger, your meditations go deeper, or your dreams reveal symbols and messages that resonate with your current challenges. The urgency is not meant to frighten but to awaken, to remind you that the time for sleepwalking through life is over and the time for conscious living has arrived. The divine urgency behind this calling also serves as a sign of confirmation. If you have been doubting your path, questioning your worth, or feeling lost, the 11:11 signal on October 8 is a reassurance from the universe that you are exactly where you need to be. It is a validation of your journey, a cosmic nod that your struggles have meaning and your efforts are seen. This validation can be profoundly healing, lifting the weight of uncertainty and replacing it with trust and clarity. As you tune into this energy, you may feel a sense of being held, guided, or protected by forces greater than yourself. This is part of the divine urgency, the reminder that you are not alone, that you are supported, and that your life is unfolding according to a higher design that is always working in your favor, even when it is difficult to see. In its essence, the 11:11 p.m. spiritual calling on October 8 is an invitation to step out of linear time and into sacred time, where every moment is charged with meaning and possibility. It is a chance to align with your higher self, to release what no longer serves you, and to embrace the next phase of your journey with courage and faith. The urgency you feel is simply your soul recognizing the importance of this moment and urging you to pay attention, to honor the sacred appointment that has been set for you long before you arrived at this point in your life. This is not just a date on a calendar but a convergence of energies, a cosmic reminder that your journey is divinely guided and your awakening is unfolding exactly as it should. Signs and inner awakenings that reveal you are one of the chosen ones being guided toward destiny alignment begin to manifest long before your conscious mind can recognize them. These signs are not coincidences or random moments of clarity, they are divine signals woven into your life by higher forces to prepare you for the path that only you can walk. The awakening of a chosen one often begins subtly, through feelings of detachment from the ordinary world, through dreams that feel too vivid to be imagined, or through a deep inner pull to seek something greater than what the eyes can see. You may begin to question everything you were taught, feeling restless, misunderstood, or out of place. These are not signs of confusion but indicators that your spirit is waking up from the illusion of limitation and beginning to align with its true divine nature. The feeling of not belonging in the world is one of the first confirmations that you were never meant to blend in, you were meant to rise and lead by the light of your awareness. As your awakening deepens, your sensitivity to energy becomes stronger. You start noticing vibrations and emotions that others overlook. Crowded spaces may feel overwhelming, not because you are weak, but because your energy field is expanding and picking up frequencies that most cannot perceive. You may feel drained after being around negativity or certain people, as though your soul is rejecting what no longer resonates with your higher vibration. This growing sensitivity is one of the clearest signs that you are being prepared for divine alignment. The universe sharpens your awareness so you can discern truth from illusion, authenticity from deception, love from fear. You begin to sense when something is right or wrong without needing proof, because your inner compass, once dormant, has now awakened. It's this intuitive knowing that separates the chosen ones from the rest, allowing them to navigate life with a deep sense of spiritual intelligence that transcends logic. Another sign of being chosen is the pattern of isolation and inner transformation that often follows your awakening. You may find yourself walking away from people or environments that once felt familiar. This solitude can feel painful, but it's not punishment, it's purification. The divine isolates you not to break you, but to rebuild you, to remove the noise of external influence so that your true voice can emerge. During this period, you might experience emotional breakdowns, confusion, or moments where you question your sanity. Yet beneath the surface, your soul is undergoing deep recalibration. Old wounds are surfacing to be healed, and karmic ties are being dissolved. The pain is a sacred teacher, guiding you toward the awareness that your strength does not come from resistance, but from surrender. In these quiet moments, you begin to hear divine whispers, messages through songs, numbers, dreams, or even strangers who say exactly what you needed to hear. The synchronicities grow undeniable, and you begin to realize that every event is divinely orchestrated to guide you closer to your destiny. When you are chosen, the universe communicates through repetition and symbols that carry personal meaning. You may start seeing angel numbers like 1111, 222, or 444 more frequently, each carrying a vibration of alignment and reassurance. You may hear certain words, names, or songs repeating throughout your day, as though the universe is echoing your thoughts. Nature itself begins to speak to you, birds appearing at specific moments, sudden changes in weather that mirror your emotions, or feathers, coins, and lights appearing in your path as signs of divine presence. These experiences are not random, they are confirmations that the unseen realm is guiding you in every step. The chosen ones are never left without signs. The challenge lies not in receiving them, but in trusting them enough to follow their direction. Another powerful indication of being a chosen one is the way life tests your resilience. Before you are elevated, you are refined. The universe will place you in situations that challenge your faith, your patience, and your emotional stability. Relationships may collapse, opportunities may disappear, and you may face betrayals that break your heart. Yet through every storm, your inner strength is awakened. The divine does not test to destroy, it tests to prepare. You are being shaped into someone who can carry light without faltering, someone who can guide others from a place of experience rather than theory. The chosen ones endure suffering not as victims, but as spiritual warriors. The deeper the pain, the higher the calling. When you find yourself asking why everything seems harder for you than for others, understand that your soul volunteered for a greater purpose. Each challenge is a step toward mastering the vibration of unconditional faith and compassion. The inner awakening of a chosen one also manifests as a heightened sense of purpose that refuses to be ignored. You may wake up one day with the undeniable knowing that you are meant for something extraordinary, even if you cannot yet see the full picture. The longing to fulfill your purpose becomes a fire that burns within you, urging you to seek truth, serve others, or create something that uplifts humanity. This yearning does not come from ego, it comes from memory. On a soul level, you remember the agreement you made before coming into this world to awaken, to heal, and to guide. Every moment of restlessness, every feeling of being different, is your spirit reminding you of the mission you chose. This is why the chosen ones often find themselves drawn to spirituality, energy work, creative expression, or humanitarian service. The path may not always make logical sense, but your heart recognizes it as home. A profound sign of your awakening is the growing alignment between your inner and outer worlds. As you evolve spiritually, the frequency of your thoughts and emotions begins to shape your reality more rapidly. Manifestations occur faster, both positive and negative, depending on what you focus on. The universe mirrors your vibration with precision. When you operate from love, gratitude, and faith, you attract opportunities and people who resonate with that frequency. When you fall into fear or doubt, delays and obstacles appear to redirect you back toward alignment. This dynamic teaches the chosen one's mastery over their energy and understanding that creation begins from within. The awareness of this power can feel overwhelming at first, but it is also liberating. Once you realize that your thoughts and emotions are tools of creation, you begin to live intentionally, co-creating with the universe instead of reacting to it. The awakening process also heightens your empathy and compassion. You begin to see beyond the surface of people and situations, recognizing the pain behind anger, the fear behind judgment, and the light hidden beneath darkness. You no longer seek revenge or validation because your soul understands that every person plays a role in the grand design of your evolution. The forgiveness that once felt impossible begins to flow naturally, freeing your heart from old burdens. This emotional expansion is a hallmark of the chosen ones, the ability to feel deeply, to love without attachment, and to heal without needing control. It is through this compassion that you begin to step into your true purpose, becoming a vessel through which divine love can flow into the world. Another internal sign of alignment is the growing clarity in your intuition. You no longer rely solely on external validation or logical reasoning because you have learned to trust the quiet voice within. Decisions become guided rather than forced. You begin to sense opportunities before they appear, and you can feel when something is meant for you even before it materializes. This intuitive flow is a gift of the divine connection that grows stronger as you align with your purpose. The more you honor it, the clearer it becomes. Many chosen ones report hearing gentle guidance during meditation, sensing energy shifts in their surroundings, or receiving prophetic dreams that later unfold in reality. These experiences are part of the awakening, proof that your higher self and divine guides are communicating directly with you, steering you toward the destiny written in your soul. Perhaps the most profound sign of all is the peace that begins to settle in your spirit despite the external chaos. Even when life feels uncertain, something within you knows that everything is unfolding as it should. This deep calm is not ignorance, it is wisdom. It is the knowing that you are guided, protected, and chosen for a reason greater than comprehension. The storms no longer shake you as they once did because you have remembered your power, your purpose, and your connection to the divine source that sustains all life. You begin to understand that every event, every person, and every trial has been preparing you for this exact moment of alignment. Through the awakening of your spirit, you start walking with confidence, aware that destiny is no longer something to chase but something that unfolds naturally when you live in truth and faith. How divine timing on this night unlocks transformation, love energy, and the next phase of your spiritual journey begins with the understanding that every moment of your existence carries purpose, but some moments are charged with a higher frequency that accelerates change. On this particular night, the universe aligns time and energy in such a way that your soul receives what it has been preparing for, an activation that awakens dormant energy within you. The feeling of divine timing is never forced, it arrives with subtle signs, like a whisper from the cosmos urging you to pay attention. You may feel called to be alone, to reflect, to listen to music that stirs your spirit, or to look up at the sky and sense that something is shifting. These are not coincidences, they are signals that divine timing is unfolding in your life. When you surrender to this moment without resistance, you open the door to transformation that can touch every part of your being, your thoughts, your emotions, your relationships, and your sense of purpose. Divine timing is not a clock on the wall, it's a rhythm that the soul dances to. The night carries frequencies that activate higher consciousness, helping you release what no longer serves your growth and making space for the energy of love to enter. You may notice waves of emotion rising within you, grief, nostalgia, or sudden joy as your heart begins to cleanse itself. This is the divine adjusting your vibration to align with new possibilities. The universe often withholds what you desire until you have grown into the version of yourself that can receive it fully. That is why divine timing feels delayed to the impatient mind but perfect to the awakened soul. On this night, the alignment between your desires and your readiness comes into harmony, allowing love, healing, and abundance to flow effortlessly toward you. You are not chasing, you are attracting. You are not forcing, you are allowing. As transformation unfolds, your energy field begins to expand and recalibrate. This energetic shift may feel like warmth in your chest, tingling in your hands, or an invisible wave that moves through your body. It is your higher self communicating that the past no longer defines you. Old fears, limitations, and patterns that once held you back begin to dissolve. You start recognizing the lessons hidden in past experiences and realizing that every challenge was preparing you for this moment of alignment. The divine uses time not to punish but to perfect, ensuring that when the breakthrough arrives, it finds you ready. The timing of transformation is precise because it synchronizes with the greater design of your destiny. You begin to understand that nothing has ever been random. Every delay, every heartbreak, every detour was part of the choreography that brought you here. Love energy becomes the centerpiece of this divine unfolding. It is not merely romantic love, but a universal force that moves through every part of creation. When you align with divine timing, this love energy begins to heal wounds you didn't even know you carried. You start to love yourself in ways you never could before. Forgiveness flows more easily, compassion expands, and your heart begins to attract relationships that reflect your evolved vibration. If you have been longing for your divine partner or a soul connection, this night may serve as the energetic gateway for that alignment. Love at this level is not about possession but resonance. It arrives when two souls have vibrated through enough lessons to meet in balance. The universe times these unions perfectly because divine love requires readiness, not desperation. When love appears in divine timing, it feels effortless, peaceful, and familiar, as if your soul recognizes itself in another. This night also awakens the energy of purpose within you. Divine timing doesn't just bring external blessings, it activates inner knowing. You begin to see your path with clarity and understand why certain experiences had to happen. You might receive intuitive nudges, dreams, or flashes of inspiration guiding you toward your next steps. The transformation that begins tonight is not about becoming someone new but remembering who you truly are beneath all the layers of conditioning. The divine reawakens your gifts, your creativity, and your ability to manifest with intention. When you operate in harmony with divine timing, your manifestations arrive faster because you are no longer working against the flow of the universe. You become a vessel through which divine purpose expresses itself effortlessly. The connection between love energy and transformation is inseparable. Love is the fuel that drives spiritual evolution. When divine timing opens the gates of love energy, your frequency rises to match the vibration of miracles. You begin to attract not only people who support your growth but also opportunities that reflect your inner expansion. This could manifest as new beginnings in your career, healing in your family, or a deepened connection with your spiritual practice. The synchronicities that appear after this night are confirmations that you are aligned with your destiny. You may see repeating numbers, receive unexpected messages, or find that doors open easily for you. These are signs that you are in the flow of divine timing, no longer bound by fear or doubt. This period of transformation also brings the realization that patience is not waiting, it is trusting. The divine teaches you to relax into the unknown, to find peace in uncertainty, and to have faith in the unseen. Divine timing often requires you to let go of control so that the universe can rearrange circumstances in your favor. When you resist, you delay the process. When you surrender, everything begins to fall into place naturally. You may notice that the people, ideas, and opportunities you once chased begin to come toward you effortlessly. This is the magic of alignment. It turns struggle into flow and chaos into clarity. The moment you trust divine timing, everything that once felt difficult begins to unfold with grace. Transformation through divine timing often feels like the closing of one chapter and the opening of another. It is not always comfortable because it requires shedding old identities and stepping into higher versions of yourself. You may feel uncertain as familiar aspects of your life begin to fade away. But this is necessary, for nothing aligned with your past frequency can survive in your new vibration. The divine removes what no longer serves you, even if your human self does not yet understand why. Relationships, habits, or environments that drain your energy may begin to dissolve. Trust that this clearing is sacred preparation for the new phase of your spiritual journey. The emptiness you feel is not loss, it is space being created for blessings that could not arrive before. As love energy continues to rise within you, you start to notice an increased sensitivity to beauty, kindness, and truth. Your perspective on life shifts from survival to purpose, from fear to trust, from loneliness to unity. You begin to understand that love is not something you find, it is something you become. When your heart radiates love without conditions, you align with the vibration of creation itself. This energy magnetizes every blessing that resonates with your highest good. It draws your soul tribe closer, those who mirror your growth and support your mission. Divine timing ensures that these connections appear exactly when you are ready to receive and nurture them. Every encounter, every exchange, becomes meaningful, carrying a divine message that contributes to your awakening. The next phase of your spiritual journey will reveal itself naturally after this activation. You may feel guided to pursue something new, to study, to travel, to create, or to share your message with others. You will begin to realize that your transformation was never only about you, it was about becoming a vessel through which light can reach others. Divine timing is never selfish, it synchronizes your awakening with the collective evolution of humanity. Your growth contributes to the healing of those around you, just as their light helps you expand. The interconnectedness of all souls becomes evident, and you find peace in knowing that you are a part of something infinite. As the night deepens, your awareness expands beyond the boundaries of time. You realize that every moment has led to this one. You have walked through storms, faced shadows, and endured seasons of uncertainty, all so that your soul could arrive here, ready to receive the blessings of divine alignment. The energy of this night is sacred because it brings closure to the cycles that once kept you small and opens the door to a reality built on faith, love, and divine trust. The transformation that begins now is irreversible. Once your soul has tasted the truth of divine timing, it can never return to blindness. You will start moving with greater awareness, making choices that honor your higher self rather than your fears. Love will no longer be something you chase, it will flow through you, drawing every good thing toward your life effortlessly. You will attract abundance, peace, and clarity because you have learned to live in sync with the divine rhythm of the universe. And when you look back, you will understand that this night was not just another moment in time, it was the turning point where everything began to align. The universe has prepared you, refined you, and now it blesses you. The next chapter of your journey unfolds with grace, guided by divine timing, powered by love energy, and illuminated by the light of your awakened spirit.